I'm definitely not the first, I will not be the last, but I've just got to say it. What is WWE doing with the road to WrestleMania right now? It is in absolute chaos. I mean, you've got CM Punk being injured, you've got Seth Rollins who's trying to get to WrestleMania, but is currently dealing with an injury. You had Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble, and this is what we're going to talk about the most, only to then not finish the story, go to not try and finish the story, and instead give The Rock the match against Roman Reigns. I just don't understand this. I don't get this, because how are you gonna make Cody's entire run in WWE about finishing the story, about winning the belt that Roman currently holds? He then loses at WrestleMania 39 and has spent the entire year slowly but surely building himself back up, wins the Rumble, and then doesn't go on to finish the story. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, look, I know we're probably still gonna get Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, which should be fun, but how's that gonna go? Like, Seth's already lost to Cody so many times at this point. It feels like Seth needs to win that match. It's gonna be the first time, I think, in Seth's entire reign where he has taken on somebody for that championship, and it's someone that Seth probably should be beating right now. And why are we even doing The Rock versus Roman Reigns? Like, I understand from a business perspective, from a money perspective, that this is gonna sell tickets, it's gonna build up hype, it's gonna build up mainstream attention, but to disregard one of your biggest stories probably in the past few years just feels like a cop-out. It just feels like we had The Rock, he said he was interested, so forget every other story, we're just going to go ahead and do it. And again, I'm trying to look at this from both lenses, from both angles. And again, I understand that the money will be big. It's a big marquee match. It's a match that people have been looking forward to and have been interested in for years at this point, since Roman started doing all the tribal chief stuff. But the way that this is being done, I just feel like that there could have been better avenues if you were gonna have the final thing be Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, now that Punk's injured, and The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. It's really starting to make me think that we went from a fantastic Rumble build to a decent Rumble pay-per-view. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching it. And now the road to WrestleMania just feels like it's taking detours and looking like it might be about to crash over a bridge at this point. We still have some good matches being lined up. You know, Bayley, Io Sky is looking like it's going to be a really, really good feud and a really, really good match at WrestleMania. And I have no doubts that if we do get Cody versus Rollins, that'll be a great match and we'll have a good build. And the Roman and Rock will probably have a good build, if they're there for most of the build, because Roman's part-time, The Rock just shows up when The Rock wants to show up. This is the problem, I think, is the big problem with this little feud here. If Roman was still full-time, I think people wouldn't have as big of a deal, or like a big of an issue with it. But the fact of the matter is, we're barely going to see any build for this feud. Or at least between Roman and The Rock. We're going to see it between Paul, Solo, and Jimmy Uso, but everybody else? I don't know. And it's really making me think, what are they going to do for WrestleMania 40? You can't bring people into that building, have them think that The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to have this big match and it's going to feel different to anything Roman's ever had before, only for there to be a ref bump, Samoan spike, spear, Roman retains. Because I feel like that's probably what they're going to do. I think WrestleMania, it's not like it's going to necessarily be a bad card. I just think the road to WrestleMania is looking a little bit confusing, and I think the waters are being muddied at the moment due to Punk injury, Rollins potential injury, Cody with the weirdest character arc ever from this man, and it's just putting the road to WrestleMania into a lot of confusion. And usually I'm looking forward to it, but I'm just very confused at where this is potentially going to go. But I guess that's the road to WrestleMania, and I guess that's WWE for you.